Happy Thursday! We are going to continue to work on our Black History Month essay and continue writing about our African American activist. So for today, you are going to need to go back and find all of the research that we did on our person. So that would be our first page and our second page. So this would be the accomplishments and adulthood, important dates, other events, what they're known for, their family. Those 2 pages that you put all of your research on. You are going to want to have this probably right next to you as you do your homework for tonight. So for tonight, you are going to find this piece of paper. It says Black History Month essay, and it says 4-paragraph rough draft. Remember, when we do our writing, there are different stages. We have our brainstorming, where we just think of our ideas. Another step is our researching. That's kind of like our brainstorming, where we find everything we want to talk about. Then we do our pre-writing, which is kind of like our rough draft. That is where we just kind of put our ideas down. We put them in sentences. And then when we have our final paper, we go back and make sure that we have all capital letters, our words are spelled correctly, we have good finger spaces, and we have end marks on all of our sentences. So following this video, I'm going to walk you through what to do on here. So for today, you are going to just look at your introduction and your second paragraph part. Alrighty, I have switched the view so that you can see the way that I am going to start working on the rough draft of my essay. I am going to have both of my research papers next to me. This has all the information that we've researched last week and this week so far. I'm going to have these right next to me so that I can easily go back and forth when I need to. So I'm going to look at my first introduction. When we start off an essay, we want to introduce what we are going to be talking about. That's our topic. And it says, introduce this person and include an interesting fact about them. Okay, so I can see on this first part, I have what this person is known for, their family, growing up, places they lived, accomplishments, adulthood, important dates and events, and other interesting facts. Ooh, it says to have an interesting fact. So I maybe am going to take another color, and this can be with your marker, your pencil, or even just a pen or crayon, and I'm going to circle the interesting fact that I want to put in. Because I'm talking about Martin Luther King Jr., I want to talk about the fact that we celebrate him in January. So we have a holiday that we celebrate him in January. Next, it says introduce this person. So if I say Martin Luther King Jr., what am I going to say about him? I'm going to say that he was a son, because he grew up with his parents and grandparents. He was his father was a pastor, maybe. Ooh, he was the leader of the civil rights movement. I really like that one. So I'm going to start by writing about who he is. So introduce this person. I'm going to say Martin Luther King Jr. was a civil rights activist. It's one of the first things I learned. Who we celebrate in January every year. You can see that because I'm on my rough draft, I am now making sure that my sentences and my information are complete sentences. I have my capital letters for my names. I have a capital letter for our month, and I have an end mark. I also have some nice finger space that I can see. I can also go back and check, introduce this person. Okay, I'm saying who he was, and I said my interesting fact. We celebrate him in January. So now I'm on to my second paragraph, and it says, describe this person's family and life growing up. Oh, I remember talking and researching about his family. So I'm going to go back and right here, family and growing up. His father was a pastor. He grew up with his parents and grandparents. He married somebody. He went to Boston University. He was born in Georgia. I have all of these interesting facts, so I'm going to pick some of those to put in my sentence. You can tell on here that we have some room to write more than one sentence. So I'm going to write two because there's a lot I can say about his family and life growing up. So I'm going to say that he was, so I'm going to start with his name, Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Georgia. That's over here. That's some research that I found. Was born in Georgia and lived with his parents and grandparents. Now, I still have room and I still have some more stuff I want to say. I want to say that he married Coretta Scott. That's who I researched his wife to be. So I'm going to say and I'm going to go to my next line because I'm writing a new sentence. He married Coretta. I'm going to go right back to my research so I can spell this correctly. That's why I have it right next to me. And, I also want to say that the children that he had. So I need to look to my other page. Oh, there we go. Adulthood. He married Coretta Scott and they had 4 children. That was right over here in my research. And had 4 children. Now, I can go back and I can check, all right, I have my periods, I have my end marks, I have capital letters, I have finger spaces, and did I describe the person's family and life growing up? Yes, I did. That is all that you are going to work on for today. So for your Thursday's homework, you are just completing your introduction and your second paragraph about your African American activist.